Buckle up, because this courtroom drama is about to take a wild turn. We're diving into the case of People versus Larry Lee. And trust us, this one is messy. The defendant allegedly tried to pull off what amounts to witness tampering by recording his own backdoor deal with the victim in hopes of influencing another case. But that's just the surface. What makes this story explosive is Lee's own courtroom confession. Not only did he record the call himself, he claims his attorney lied about plea negotiations, and now he's trying to use that as leverage to get new representation. It's rare to see a defendant bring this much fire into a bond hearing, and even rarer to see a judge lose patience this quickly. So why is the judge furious? Is Lee a manipulator or exposing a broken system? Get ready, because this one is about to spiral.
I've been in communication with Mr. Burgess and Mr. Arabo, who is representing the victim of the case, Mr. Quasny. Apparently, Mr. Lee called Mr. Arabo and offered to, in exchange, there's a pending case where Mr. Quasny is the defendant of an AMD against Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee contacted Mr. Arabo and offered to essentially not testify in that case if Mr. Quasny agreed not to testify in this case. There are statements that are essentially saying, in exchange for Mr. Quasny, victim in this case, not testifying, I will also not testify. That is highly concerning, of course. I was given this information yesterday. I asked Mr. Arabo to forward that call to myself, Mr. Burgess, and the officer in charge because we want to document the potential additional charges. But this all transpired yesterday. We got the recording as of this morning. With that said, of course, I think it's appropriate to have an adjournment. Mr. Burgess agrees with that.
But does that recording indicate that?
Yes, Your Honor. Have either one?
I myself have not listened to the recording. I was just asked to stand in on behalf of Mr. Burgess. He's at a hearing in Lansing. However, I did speak to Mr. Lee about it today. Mr. Lee indicates he indicated some of the content of the conversation to me. He also indicated, just FYI, that he himself recorded it.
But just so that I have this right, the defendant, because of something else, is urging, enticing, or in some other way interfering with testimony of witnesses in this case.
I can't agree to that characterization because I haven't heard.
This is where things start to smell like obstruction. The judge is clearly piecing together the possibility that Larry Lee attempted to interfere with witness testimony. And let's be honest, Lee really offered not to testify in one case, in exchange for the victim staying silent in his case. That's not just unethically, could be criminal. But Lee isn't backing down. He spins it as an act of self-defense, claiming he was forced to make the call because his attorney failed him. Viewers, what do you think? Is this a desperate man trying to save himself for a master manipulator, playing 4D chess? And if you're in Lee's shoes, would you record the call to or stay silent and hope your lawyer pulls through? Let us know in the comments.
What is it you wanted to say?
Yes, Judge. I indicated to, what's her name?
Ms. Rubio.
To Ms. Rubio that for a little bit over a month, I contacted my attorney, Mr. Burgess, and I instructed him to contact the lawyers from both sides, the prosecution and the other side that represented Mr. Quasny, and I instructed him to offer a plea or to negotiate some sort of settlement, and he indicated that he would do that. He indicated that he had done that. He indicated that he had reached out to Mr. Arabo and the prosecutor regarding making some sort of plea agreement. Him and I discussed what that could be. And so now, fast forward yesterday, I contacted Mr. Burgess and I said, hey, have you reached out or have you heard anything from Mr. Arabo and the prosecutor? He said, and he indicated that he had not heard anything and that he had reached out to both attorneys multiple times. I knew that to be a lie. I suspected that to be a lie. And I knew that if I were to have him or to ask you to have him removed or substituted, that I would have to prove under Strickland versus Washington that he.
I don't know. Are you a lawyer?
I was.
Mr. Lee, no. To my knowledge, no.
So I knew that I had to prove that he was ineffective. I knew that I had to prove that our breakdown was egregious. So I recorded the call myself. And I called Mr. Arabo and I asked if Mr. Burgess reached out and discussed any sort of plea negotiations. Mr. Arabo said, no, sir. He had not had any communications with my attorneys. So I confirmed with Mr. Arabo that he had not received any communications about any kind of negotiations with any kind of plea agreements on my behalf.
I'm so sorry to interrupt Mr. Lee before he makes more statements.
And I did record the call.
Our calls to this.
I recorded the call.
Criminalizing himself.
I recorded the call.
In his best interest, he might want to listen to this call before he makes any further statements. In the call that was sent to us, there is indication there's no discussion of a plea. Not what was sent to me. That was recorded by Mr. Arabo. There's very clear that there will be no testimony in his case if Mr. Consley agrees not to testify in this case.
So I have the text messages.
Further false statements are made to the court, which is not necessarily a problem for me, but I want to make sure that Mr. Lee's rights are preserved.
I have the text messages.
I want to listen.
You don't know what?
I myself have not listened to the recording. I was just asked to stand in on behalf of Mr. Burgess. He's at a hearing in Lansing. However, I did speak to Mr. Lee about it today. Mr. Lee indicated some of the content of the conversation to me. He also indicated, just FYI, that he himself recorded it.
But just so that I have this right, the defendant, because of something else, is urging, enticing, or in some other way interfering with testimony of witnesses in this case.
I can't agree to that characterization because I haven't heard.
So here's where it lands. Judge is disturbed. Prosecution is pushing for bond revocation. And Lee is facing serious heat, not just for the original charges, but possibly for witness tampering. If the recordings show what the prosecutor claims, this could trigger a whole new set of legal consequences. Lee's own words, his frustration with his attorney, and the evidence he thought might save him may now seal his fate. The courtroom may be adjourned for now, but this case is far from over. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.